Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I was a lot more nervous than I thought I would be. Absolutely. John from Ted would be the worst choice.
Okay, awesome. Hi Mark, my name is Chris from Cantada Force. I'm a YouTuber from the Philippines. Great to meet you.
How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. I really enjoyed watching you in this film, like a regular Joe who suddenly becomes a James Bond type. What attracted you to this project?
It was an idea that we had originally. You know, my producing partner and I, we talked about how cool it would be to see like a blue-collar version of James Bond. And so we kind of pitched the idea to Netflix. They loved it after the success of Spencer Confidential. So we were lucky enough to hire a great writer, David Guggenheim, and get the movie made. But it was just an idea that we had that we thought would be really cool and different.
So I'm curious, if someone suddenly recruited one of your past movie characters to join a secret government agency and help save the world, so to speak, which character do you think would do the best job? And who do you think would be the worst choice?
Bob Lee Swagger from Shooter would be the best choice. And I would, or Marcus Luttrell. Can't forget about Marcus Luttrell. And I would say John from Ted would be the worst choice.
Okay, awesome. You've been friends with Halle Berry for years. What is it about the union and the character of Roxanne that you felt you wanted to bring Halle in to play the role?
You know, it's kind of a guy who was, you know, in a relationship in high school with a girl who was probably out of his league, but really, you know, would do anything to win her over. You know, who else is, you know, a guy's gonna believe that you would actually be willing to do that for other than Halle Berry? Is, you know, there's nobody better. She's so strong, she has so much confidence, you know, she has that authority. So for her to kind of play, you know, one of the bosses in the union, it's very believable.
I actually just arrived from London this past weekend on a family holiday, and it was pretty cool watching this film while in London. Does filming on location add to the experience of getting into the role, especially in a beautiful place like London?
Absolutely. You know, this guy had never left his neighborhood, you know, all of a sudden be thrust into the world and seeing all these different places. So very relatable, and I think, you know, it's a wonderful treat and journey for the audiences to go on.
Beyond the action, comedy, and romance, my favorite theme of this film is the fact that an ordinary person has the potential to do amazing things.
Yes.
In the vast amount of movies you've been in, was there something new that you had to do or learn while filming The Union that you felt most proud to have achieved on this particular set? Could be as an actor or as a producer.
I'm constantly learning and growing, both professionally and personally. I think I never had a fear of heights. And then, you know, having to do the scene where I'm out there sitting on the beam acting like it's just a regular day and I'm having a sandwich, or running across those beams in the final sequence. You know, I was a lot more nervous than I thought I would be. I've never been, and I'm wearing a wire. I never felt like, you know, I've never had that situation. I think it's just getting old, you know.
Thank you so much for your time. Talking to you today means so much to me, mostly because one of your movies really helped shape who I was in the early 2000s, and that movie was Rockstar.
Oh, nice.
I watched that movie with my bandmates over and over, and it really inspired us and gave us the energy to work hard on our music.
Very
and a year
cool.
later, my band was signed to a major label. Rockstar was definitely a huge inspiration for me, and the fact that your character's name was also named Chris made it more special. So getting to tell you this really means a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Very cool.